Hello, broadcasters. Welcome to episode 184 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Geige, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been a good week. We have some fun stuff tonight. We'll be bringing on an employee tonight from the engineering team, Matthew. So that'll be fun. Also, I apologize last week, as I'm sure many of you remember. I forgot to do the giveaway at the end of the town hall, which is shocking because I had done it probably consecutively for the last 80, 90 episodes. So I apologize for that. We'll do two tonight to make up for it, and we'll also do extra items as well. We usually give away 2 things, so we'll give away 3 things for both of the giveaways, so a total of six things. So yeah, sorry about that. See people tuning in from all over the world. Very cool. We have like New Zealand. I think I saw Ohio. I think I saw Tristan said 104K in UK. So Tristan, yeah. That's pretty crazy. I didn't know I actually got that hot in the UK. But yeah, in Dallas, it's been around that as well. We have AC though. I don't know. I think in the UK, a lot of folks don't have AC because it doesn't usually get that hot.
Hopefully it doesn't last too long up there.
All right. Yale making the first town hall. Awesome, Yale. We appreciate you being here. But yeah, for anyone new here, Dan and I are the founders of StreamYard, and we do these town halls every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, and we do them for a few reasons. One is to stay in tune with all of you, go through the same flow that y'all do with your own shows and productions. 2 is to answer any of your questions. That's the reason why it's called a town hall. We love covering any topics or suggestions or general questions you have in the chat. So feel free to leave them there. We'll do our best to get to as many as we can. And then I always mention the 3 pillars of StreamYard, which are ease of use, stability, and professional streams. So if you're about those 3 things, StreamYard is the tool for you. Before I forget, we have lots of awesome shows these days. So we've got the StreamYard Spotlight, the second Thursday of every month, 8 p.m. Eastern, which is a show all about the community, all about the community, all about folks like you and how live streamers are having success with StreamYard. So if you're looking for inspiration, definitely check that out. And if you're hoping to be featured, shoot an email to contact@streamyard.com. We have YouTube channel reviews with Dee and Daniel the second Saturday of every month. Really fun show. Both Dee and Daniel are total pros when it comes to YouTube and have grown really, really successful channels. So really great to get specific advice on individual channels to see things like, what can I be doing with my thumbnails and how often should I be posting and how do I interpret, these types of analytics. So definitely check that out if you're looking to grow on YouTube. And then we have live stream reviews the last Saturday of every month at noon PST with Christian and Charles. One thing I'd be curious about if there's any other shows you'd like to see. One thing we're considering adding is a show that's more about graphics, a show that helps you sort of design overlays and backgrounds and those types of things. And if that's something of interest, let us know. I'd be curious how many of you would actually be keen on tuning into something like that. Also, one thing we've been doing each week is so that we get to know a little bit more about all of you and you get to know a little bit more about us is a fun fact. And the fun fact we had for this week was favorite actor or actress. What's your who is your favorite actor, Dan?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't have like a hard opinion on this one. I would say I want to say it's probably Robert Downey Jr.
Awesome. Yeah. He's definitely a memorable character. I think mine. It's definitely tough to choose. There's tons of actors that I like, but Jack Nicholson has always been the most memorable and iconic actor for me. So I'm a big fan of Jack Nicholson.
Cool. Yeah, he's good.
All right. I think we have some questions. We had one from Chaston. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Is there any way I can use RTMP to send my pro presenter feed to StreamYard so that I can send to multiple locations? So not at this time, Chaston, not with RTMP. That is something we might add in the future, the ability to take in an RTMP feed directly. Right now, the best suggestion I have if you want to use Pro Presenter is to use some sort of capture card or hardware device to capture what's happening on Pro Presenter and then bringing it in as a camera device onto StreamYard. If it's not the most amazing workaround, but that's the only way I can think of to actually do that at the moment. Question from Woodward English says, As a future feature, will it be possible to stream to YouTube channel members? Currently, we have to stream to them as unlisted, but it's harder for them to know it is happening. It's a good question. you want to take that one, Dan?
Interesting. So, yeah, I assume by unlisted you mean you're messaging it out just to members of your YouTube channel. I don't know if that's how you're interpreting it as well, Geige. I don't know of any way you can just select to members. If somebody in the chat is aware of that, let me know. So that's more of a YouTube thing, I would say. We may try to maybe add something on our end that makes it easier to like figure out who you target, but it sounds like something that YouTube would actually have to implement themselves to fully get that.
Yeah, Woodward, as far as I know, there's not. It's something we would definitely support if YouTube basically makes an endpoint that allows us to do, I guess, like a members only type stream, which I assume is what you want, is basically only show this stream to people that are members of the channel. So stay tuned on that. If it does become available through YouTube's API, we would certainly support it. But as far as I know, that's not something that we can do from StreamYard to YouTube at the moment. All right. Lots of good actors and actresses. Robin Williams, yeah, he was definitely a great one. Kevin Hart, he's a comedian, actor, everything.
Cool.
Sylvester Stallone, I forgot about Sylvester Stallone. He's a good one. All right, what else do we have here? Madden says, is there a way to stream to a private audience? So sort of similar to the last question, but like Dan kind of alluded to, Madden, right now, the only real way to do this was if you're just using, you're going to have to use some other tool in addition to StreamYard. So one could be an unlisted YouTube stream where you just share that link only with folks that you want to have access to that link. Obviously, if they do go ahead and share that link externally, it's hard for you to gate who can have access to that. But depending on what the type of content is, maybe you do or don't actually care about that. If you want to be even more secure about who can actually access it, you could actually use the custom RTMP option and stream to, there's all kinds of different hosting solutions out there that take in RTMP feeds. So you could stream to one of those solutions. And like Dan mentioned, that's something we're testing and considering as well, as making it a bit easier to do private streams like that.
And then Woodward did follow up as well. So he said that you can actually stream to members only. So that might be something we just have to look into ourselves.
Ah, awesome. Good to know. Woodward, we just got to check if the API allows us to do that.
Yep. Cool.
Let's see. Darren agrees.
Surprisingly, not something that ever really comes up.
Yeah, not very often. Darren mentioned that, RTMP ingest would be great. Absolutely. Before we get back to the questions, one thing we wanted to get some feedback on is we recently released custom background music. If you tuned in last week, you would have heard that. But curious how many of you have tested it out. And if you have any feedback, it would be great to know. If there's anything you like, don't like, any changes you'd like to see, would be curious to know.
Yep.
All right. Ruben says, oh, I missed it there. In your giveaway tool, could it be possible to make the participants be whoever gives super chats instead of a keyword? Thanks. So it's not possible right now, Ruben, but that's a cool feature request for it. So that's certainly something we could consider doing, is making it where only super chats are eligible.
Cool. Yeah, you definitely have to have a lot of super chats, but if you're able to get that many, that'd be very cool.
Another question here says, can you combine folders for banners and brands? I think that these are separate folders at the moment. Do you have any thoughts on that one, Dan?
So they are separate at the moment. I'd be open to it. I do find a lot of people want to have them separate for different reasons. But yeah, if that would be useful. I'd be curious if anyone else in the chat would be a fan of that.
Let us know. Question from Todd here. Any news on implementing hotkeys for overlays, video clips, and backgrounds? Any thoughts on that one, Dan?
So not yet. It's still something we're exploring. But yeah, very interested in it. So I'm hoping we'll have something at some point.
Cool. Sounds like most people are big fans of the custom background music. Good to know. Chad says, hey guys, thanks for doing this. Is there a plan to customize the video square to make them circles, customize the position on the screen, things like that? Yeah, thanks for the question, Chad. So as you probably know right now, no, there's just the fixed layouts that we have on screen, but that's definitely something we're open to. We want to make sure that StreamYard continues to be very, very simple to use, but we do want to explore through the settings and whatnot, giving a bit more flexibility for those that do want to dig in a bit more deeply and customize those types of things. So stay tuned on that. It's something we're actively exploring to give more flexibility around those types of adjustments there. All right. NLTMW says, is there a way to upload multiple background music and play them like a playlist? One song looping is challenging. You want to take that one, Dan?
Yeah, I know NLTMW, you've been asking for this one a few times. So yeah, right now we still can't do it, obviously. I would be curious if there's anyone else in the chat that will be a big fan of this one. We don't have any plans for it at the moment, I would say. Like some of the other feature requests, we often have some kind of plan or it's already on the roadmap. We're already working on it. This one, we currently don't have anything. We just wanted to see how people are going to use it and see how many people would love to have a playlist type feature. So I get the need. Just want to make sure that it's something that a lot of people need because it does add a bit of complexity as well.
Cool. Let's see what else we have here. Jamie says, what's the best place to go for easily creating overlays? There's lots of good options there. Jamie, I know the Photoshop's Creative Suite has suite of products has a lot of cool options there. I think Adobe Spark is one of the newer ones that's easy for making simple overlays. Canva is a super popular option. If you don't even want to create them yourself, you can also always go on Fiverr. There's lots of really talented folks on there that will make you some different overlays and things like that. And Figma as well. Figma is a more advanced design tool. It's pretty old now, but I think I actually even have a tutorial from a really long time ago walking through how you can use Figma to make some basic overlays.
Cool.
Bobby says, love the background music for using with a timer before the service start. Awesome, Bobby. Happy to hear that.
Cool. Interesting. I'd be curious why you don't just put the music in the video. Like, is it you want to control them separately kind of thing? Like you're playing an intro video or something, and then the music's kind of completely separate from it, and you want to stop the video but keep the background music going or something? Just be curious how you're using it.
Crazy Kid says, tried to do a live stream a couple times, but the replay came out with the video and audio mismatched. Is it a setting I don't know about, or download it and edit it outside of the YouTube editor? So there shouldn't be a setting for it, Crazy Kid. If you reach out to support, if you go to StreamYard.com/contact, there's a live chat there. And if you share with them the URL of the broadcast that you went live in, they can look more into it to find out what maybe could be happening there. It could be something like if your computer's struggling to keep up with doing the recording or something like that. If it's the individual audio tracks feature you're referring to, that's something that they can help more with and look into for you. But I'd reach out to them.
Yeah, I'd be especially curious. Like, is it like Geige said, the individual audio tracks, or maybe even the MP3 mixed file that's out of sync with the video? Or are you just saying like the recording itself with the audio and video as part of that recording is out of sync? So yeah, that shouldn't really happen unless your device is really struggling or your internet's having a lot of trouble or something like that. Cool. Yeah, support team can definitely help you work on that.
All right. And maybe do one more here and then bring on Matthew, because I want to make sure we have enough time tonight for the two giveaways. Sebastian, great to see you here. I hope you're doing well, Sebastian. I truly believe sortable scheduled broadcast lists will be so helpful so we can arrange them according to the broadcast date. Absolutely, Sebastian. We do plan on adding that. I know it seems like it would be something that's like trivial to add. There's some technical reasons why it's actually not as easy to add as you might think, but it's something we are going to add.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, let's bring on Matthew from the StreamYard engineering team. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, Matthew.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Doing pretty good.
Cool. So yeah, for anyone that's never seen this segment, we've been bringing on StreamYard employees just to get a chance to basically meet them, and you guys can ask them questions. I'll also ask a whole series of questions just so you can get a chance to meet Matthew. So Matthew, first question for you. Can you tell us a bit about yourself and what you do at StreamYard?
Yeah, I'll start with what I do at StreamYard. So I'm an engineering manager here at StreamYard, managing a couple of our engineering teams. So mostly that just kind of means helping the engineers with any problems that they come up, assisting them with their future development work, and making sure they stay on track.
Cool, sweet. And where are you located?
Right now I'm in a little town in Ontario, Canada called Port Dover, but most of the time I actually live in the Bahamas.
Cool. And I'm sure everyone in the chat is kind of jealous of that. Sweet. And how long have you been at StreamYard?
I think for slightly more than a year now. Although before that, I was actually at Hopin.
Cool. Yeah. You're kind of unique in that sense.
Yeah.
So you were like employee number 20 at Hopin? Is that right? Something
I
like
think
that?
I was number 9 actually.
Oh, wow.
Very early on. Yeah.
Cool. And then what's your favorite StreamYard feature?
That's a tricky one for me. I think it's probably the chat integration. I think especially seeing it like now actually in action at scale. But it's
Cool.
really cool. Yeah, seeing all the interaction with the community.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah, it's one thing to like, well, for anyone that I guess doesn't know, Matthew's team actually works on the chat. So getting to actually see it live on the town hall is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And what did you want to be when you were younger?
I think it was always an engineer of some sort.
Okay.
Once I realized I wasn't going to be tall enough to be a basketball player, I think, yeah, some sort of engineer.
Cool. Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
I know both Geige and I wanted to be hockey players.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a height challenge. It's just at some point you realize, like, okay, I'm not even the best in my city, so
Yeah. It gets you at some point.
Cool. Was it always software engineer, or was it some other type of engineer?
I don't really know. My dad's actually a software engineer. Like he was started developing when they were still using punch cards. So I feel like, yeah, it was mostly software engineer.
Okay, sweet. And then, how did you get into becoming a software engineer, I guess? Or you sort of already answered it, but anything you want to add?
Yeah, I actually started my degree in like biochemistry, and then kind of realized a couple years in that it wasn't for me and switched over to computer science and kind of just went from there.
Cool. Yeah, makes sense. And then what is your favorite thing about working at StreamYard?
It's definitely like the people and the overall company culture. Like it's a really positive, collaborative place to work, and the people are all really passionate about what they do.
Cool. Sweet. And then how would you answer our fun fact question, which is, what's your favorite actor?
Yeah, mine is John Goodman. I
Okay.
think I just really like his like presence and love him in like Monster Inc., which is one of my favorite movies from my childhood.
Cool. Sweet. And then some random ones for you, if that one wasn't random enough. What's your favorite karaoke song?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. Probably Aerials by System of a Down.
Okay, I don't know if I know that.
Yeah, they're heavy metal.
Is it
band.
really intense?
It is, and I mostly do it because it's my fiance's favorite karaoke song.
Okay.
But yeah, got a lot of good memories doing that at university.
Cool. Sweet. And then do you have a favorite board game?
Kind of cheating, but not fully a board game, but Werewolf. Kind of like Town of Salem, if anyone's played that online. But it's kind of you're gonna assign a role. You're either a werewolf or a villager, and the villagers have to kind of like pick off the werewolves. The werewolves pick off the villagers at nighttime.
Cool. Interesting. And it's online?
There's an online version called Town of Salem, but you can also get like cards for the roles and play it like that.
Got it. Cool. Interesting. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Our audience is learning all kinds of new games, or maybe it's just me, but that's cool. Sweet. And yeah, do we have any questions in the chat as well, Paige?
There haven't been too many. So if you guys have any specific questions for Matthew, definitely let us know. Mostly just plus ones. Chlorine's big fan of the chat feature. Absolutely.
Cool.
Another person here was asking if Matthew made the giveaway feature, and if there's anything else like the giveaway feature that we might be releasing.
I think the giveaway feature predates me, but I'll let Dan handle the other half of that question.
Cool. Yeah. So Colin, actually, who we had on here the other day, who actually reports to Matthew, but wasn't at the time of the giveaway feature. He built the giveaway feature. We actually had an original version. I don't know if anyone saw the town halls from like 2 years ago. Geige and I had one we built, and then Colin kind of took it and actually made it so that everyone else could use it. But yeah, there could be some other cool ones coming soon. We don't have anything that's ready to release soon, but we're always kind of thinking about cool features like that.
Cool. Chris is wondering if you do any scuba diving in the Bahamas.
Surprisingly, no. Mostly because I'm scared of the sharks, to be honest.
It's a pretty good.
I know I know it's not actually dangerous, but they are pretty big and scary.
Interesting. Like, do people just swim with them without a cage?
Yeah, and they normally put some fish out, and they'll kind of come towards the divers. So, yeah, kind of scary.
Yikes! That sounds like the people in Canada who feed the bears.
Yeah, pretty much. So I want to go sometime, but got to get my courage up there first.
Yeah, that is scary. Huh.
Cool. So should we go ahead and queue up the giveaway, Dan, so people have some time
Yes.
to type it in?
Yeah. Let's not run out of time again.
So yeah, we will be doing two of them tonight, and we'll be giving away 3 items just to make up for last time. People seem pretty disappointed, so I do apologize that we missed it. But yeah, for anyone new here, I think a lot of you are already familiar based on the questions. But to enter the giveaway, if you just type in hashtag the yard, you'll be eligible. And this giveaway tool is also publicly available. So if you want to do your own giveaway, you can just go to StreamYard.com/giveaway. And there's a video there walking you through how to use it. Basically, you can just screen share it the same way we're doing now to do a giveaway during your own live stream. Let's see what else we had here. Larry has a good question. Matthew, how do you guys decide between which features will get added and how do you prioritize what's added?
Yeah, it's a very collaborative process. Dan is very involved in this too, as well as the product managers. And it's a trade-off of what's going to provide the most value to the users and how quickly we can get that feature out.
Yeah, which is why we love doing stuff like the town hall, just to chat with you guys, see what you're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so maybe give it. Is it still going? Yeah, it's still going up. We'll maybe give five or 10 more seconds for people to get theirs in. Mike's starting on StreamYard tomorrow. Congrats, Mike. That'll be awesome. See your first show.
Cool.
White Shadow says, any thoughts on doing fun giveaway tools like duck races or something beyond the current giveaway tool? It's definitely a cool idea. So we have thought about doing something that's more flexible in general, like something that you can kind of customize in your own way, so you're not limited to just a giveaway. Don't have any firm dates or details on how that might manifest itself, but it's something we're considering, and hopefully if we do implement something like that, you could do more creative things beyond the simple giveaway.
One random question, I'd also be super curious if anyone in their town has duck races, because I know when I was growing up, this probably sounds weird for anyone who's never heard of this. When I was growing up in my town, we actually, I don't know how many ducks they put into this river, but it was like this lottery thing where everyone would buy like a rubber duck and they would dump thousands of these things into the river and they would float down the river and the first one to cross would win the prize. So I don't know if that's a common thing or if that's just a very weird thing from my hometown.
I've never heard of this before. Yeah.
When I ever hear of duck racing, that's what I think of. So, all right.
That sounds exciting. All right.
I think we're good for the giveaway. Good luck, everyone. Oh, actually, sorry, did you say exactly what we're giving away?
Oh, I forgot. So we'll be giving away the StreamYard sweater, the StreamYard plush duck, and the StreamYard pillow.
Cool. Wow. Let's do it. Oh, boy.
All right. Good luck, everyone. Clarine, congrats. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight and all the other nights. I think I've seen you here for a long time. Dana will reach out to you on Facebook to get your shipping details and size and things like that. And yeah, congrats again.
Sweet.
And it keeps all the entries, right? So we can just run it again.
We're good to go.
All right. So we'll run it again and we'll do the same thing. Sweater, duck, pillow.
Cool. Good luck, everyone. Hopefully it's not chlorine twice in a row.
Durham Writer, congrats. If you shoot an email to contact@streamyard.com, same instructions to Clarine. Dana can coordinate with you on your address, size, all of that stuff. But yeah, congrats again.
Awesome. Congrats to both of you.
All right. And we should have time for a few more questions here. Another one here for Matthew. Chasten says, hey, Matthew, do you guys use the Scrum method to complete tasks?
We do use the Scrum method. I think one thing I like, and this is part of one of the things I like about StreamYard, is we keep it as flexible as we need it to be, so that we're not rigid with our Scrum methodology, but we use the parts of it that we think are going to help.
Cool.
Everyone watching right now is probably like, what? The what? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess I don't know how many people are familiar. I guess for people that aren't familiar with Scrum, it's just like a method of managing a team.
Yeah, method of building products, I would say.
Yeah.
Fair. Clarine says, question for Matthew. It would be cool if there was a way the super fans on my LinkedIn shows could have their comments highlighted in some way, kind of like on Facebook with how there are symbols next to our names.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
I guess Clarine, maybe I'm misunderstanding. So you can't. So regular like any comment on LinkedIn does show up the same way with Facebook, with the LinkedIn logo and the picture and whatnot. So if that's not happening, definitely shoot us an email and we can troubleshoot with you. Maybe there's something I'm missing though. Like if there's a distinction on, like you just want to make it where almost like YouTube super chats, where the super fans on LinkedIn look different. If that's what you mean, maybe let us know.
Yep.
All right. What else do we have here? Sounds like there are other cities that have the duck races. Cool.
Okay.
That's a thing. Yeah.
All right.
And
I don't
in
sound
both,
like a lunatic anymore.
yeah, in multiple countries too. There's comments from the EU and the US that everyone does the duck races.
Okay. Maybe it's just a small town thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised how many comments are like, yeah, there was one in New Orleans, or yeah, awesome.
Okay. Ours was called the Ducky 500.
Awesome name.
I love that name.
I'd be curious what everyone else's is called.
Durham was just asking the email again for the giveaway. It's contact@streamyard.com. Durham.
If you still can't find it as well, if you go to StreamYard and then just go into the top right, there'll be a contact section. If you go there, I think we have the email somewhere on that page.
Yeah, it's on there as well. The live chat works too. You can just let them know over the live chat.
Yep.
Paul says, any chance of logo / brand being moved to the lower corners and text banners going above that, like your duck moved to the lower right? So one way, maybe you already know this, Paul, but one way you can work around this is just by using a transparent overlay. So basically, if you just make a 1280 by 720 image, what I could do is take that duck logo and just put it in the bottom right of that 1280 by 720 image, and then it would appear on the bottom right. But we do understand that some folks like the ease of use of just being able to, upload the logo and then move it around. So we are open to that, but hopefully that's helpful as a workaround.
Yep.
Awesome, Claire. I appreciate the clarification. I'll have to check out LinkedIn more. I didn't realize there was like a super fan distinction. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Crazy Kid says, what are your tips for newbies to get people into the stream? That's a good question, Crazy Kid. I feel like maybe people in the audience will have even better answers than us. I feel like the best part is to do a lot of prep even before the stream even starts. So maybe even before doing the first stream, like hopefully you already have a cause or a community or something that you're interested in, that you've sort of built up some amount of interest in, even if it's just a few people, even if you've just, emailed 10 people before, just like, hey, if I make a topic on this type of subject, would you be interested in watching it at this time? It's totally fine to just start out really, really small and make sure you sort of just get it moving. But I wouldn't go in cold. I would try to make sure that there's something that you have a plan around and have some community around it before you even do the very first stream.
And I'm not actually sure if the question is for him or if it's for getting a guest into the stream.
What are your tips for newbies to get people into the stream?
Could go either way.
So finding guests, I guess, is a different topic. I guess finding guests, I've always been surprised how far just asking the person goes. Like, I think you'll be surprised, like even a guest that you think is too big to be on your show or whatnot. Oftentimes they are keen to actually just participate in the show. So
I thought maybe it was just like, how do you get a guest into the stream that doesn't understand technology was kind of how I was reading it, but I might be totally wrong. But in that case, we do have instructions in our guest invite modal, if that's what you're looking for.
Yep.
You can send it. I'm probably off on that, but.
Cool. All right. And with that, this was episode 184 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. And thank you, Matthew, for being here. We'll see you guys next week at the same time.
Cool. See you next week, everyone.